Yeah, dog. Got that sweet dog. I love it. I love it. Didn't see it coming. I'll take it. Go ahead and sweep these boys up. Get them out of here. Get them out of here. Let's go. Didn't see that one coming. Destroyed these boys. All right. I mean, absolutely slaughtered them. Best Thanksgiving ever. Okay. Ever. 41-16. Washington absolutely obliterates Dallas. My dad was watching the game with me. Massive Cowboys fans, as you know. And if you get a look, I'm in the old digs at my mom and dad's house. This was my room. Fat head on one side. I got another fat head over here. So you know how it is. But anyway, boss was watching the game with me. He says, we must be going after the number 2 pick in the draft. Because the stupid shit we doing, I got no justification for it. They go for it on 4th and 1. They don't quarterback sneak. Deep in their own territory. Give up the pass incomplete. They also have a personal foul penalty. Unnecessary roughness on Dalton Schultz. We get a touchdown off of that. You turn around. They have the fake punt. The fake punt is the one that I think is the one that did it for my dad. It's the one that did it for me. If you're really trying to win the game, which I'm not sure if they were trying to do, I don't care. You're down 4. We haven't done anything in the second half. What are you doing? I don't know. I don't care. So, Antonio Gibson, effing beast, okay? 3 more touchdowns in this game. He's right up there when you're talking rookies in the league. He's right up there in efficiency for running backs, all-purpose yards. He's starting to creep up that list in terms of touchdowns. Chase Claypool was out in front of all the rookies in terms of total touchdowns on the season. I think Gibby might have caught him now with this 3-touchdown performance. First rookie since Randy Moss back in '98 against these same stinking-ass Cowboys to go for 3 touchdowns on Thanksgiving. Had a monster game. His 2 best games of the season, coincidentally enough, both against Dallas. We finally put up 30-plus, and we put up a 40-burger, a mean sauce dripping all down your cheek 40-burger on these clowns. I love it. I'm so excited. I'm hyped. I'm over here hot and I'm sweating because I was jumping up and down during the game. I couldn't believe what I was watching as Montez Sweat goes up and takes the football from Andy Dalton. Give me that. You don't know what to do with that, shorty. Let me get that. Touchdown. I love it. Want more of it. And there's 2 straight wins for the first time this season. It's a lot of momentum heading into what's a tough, grueling, very daunting December. But if you ask me, we're the hottest team in the division right now. There are a lot of teams like the Giants that got Cincinnati this week. That's an easy game if they take care of business with no Joe Burrow. I don't care. I'm worried about us. I've always said, we take care of us, we'll let everything else take care of itself. That's what we're doing right now, and I feel damn good. We're in the driver's seat, man. Y'all getting in or what? We in the driver's seat. Y'all getting in or what? Ron's playing. Ron's playing. I got some super chats, man. Let's get to some of these super chats before I get out of here. I know you guys enjoyed this just like I did. This was so much fun. I did not see this coming, as I said before. I knew it was possible, but I don't think any of us saw 41-16 coming. Vincent Cole, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Vincent Cole writes, hey, yeah, let's go. Let's go. Antonio Gibson, let's go. Terry McLaurin, let's go. Alex Smith, that was some bullshit, Alex. That was some bullshit, Alex. I'm telling you, put a little pressure on Alex. He might do some stupid shit, but hey, we're not going to talk about that today. We got a lot of time. The boys get a nice little 11-day layoff before the next game. And I think that next game is either Pittsburgh or Seattle. I'm not looking forward to it, but guess what? We going into that game with hella confidence. Looking forward to it. Got another super chat. This one is from Alec Meehan. Thank you for the super chat, Alec. Greatly appreciate you. Give the Rookie of the Year to Gibby. I think he might have showed up to the party just a little little bit too late. You got Joe Burrow, who's I think a little bit out in front. He's going to miss the rest of the season, but I think the next guy up is, of course, Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert. But tell you what, Gibby's making a hard charge, man. He's putting a charge into this thing. He's giving it a run. We'll see what happens. I tell you what, this man is making a statement. All right, he's making a massive statement. For a long time this season, I had him as the third best rookie running back in the league behind Chiefs running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Jaguars rookie running back James Robinson. No longer the case. This guy has not only leapfrogged James Robinson, he's also leapfrogged Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who has not been as busy as of late. Antonio Gibson, man. Love it. All right, got another super chat here. This one is from Big Blue Rising. Thank you for the super chat, Big Blue Rising, who writes, congrats, Lou, and remember, Dallas sucks. Yes, they do. I wish we had y'all bastards one more time, but I think the division is really up to y'all and us, the Giants and the Washington football team, because Wentz is thinking it up in Philadelphia and Dallas is a mess, and they got even more injured. If that's even possible, they got even more banged up today. The offensive line, I think Zach Martin's done for the season with whatever he did to his knee. They lost another offensive lineman on the opposite side early in the game as well, in Irving. And so they're banged up. They're really, really banged up by the Dallas Cowboys. I just don't see them getting out of this situation that they've kind of built for themselves. And I'm going to tell you right now, their coaching staff is in trouble. I don't know if Mike McCarthy's going to get fired, but I think a number of those coaches are on the hot seat, including their special teams coach. And I think their defensive coordinator is also on the hook to be gone after this season is done. They've got a lot of issues in Dallas, but that's not our problem. I'm still wiping the juices off my chin from that 40 burger. All right, got another super chat here. This one is from JP. Oh yeah, think there's been a murder. I can't think there's been. I think there's been a murder. Murder those boys. Gotta sing it. Thank you, JP. Murder those boys on Thanksgiving in their own building with 30,000 screaming fans. We murdered them in front of 30,000 of their own people. Left them outlined in chalk in the middle of the star. Love it. Thank you for that, JP. Got another one here from the Comedic Genius YT. Thank you for the super chat, Comedic Genius, who writes, how the hell y'all scored 21 points in 4 minutes? Because we were playing the Dallas Cowboys and they stink. No, they stink. It's hard to do that. It's hard to score 21 points in 4 minutes. But when you got Andy Dalton at quarterback and your run defense is a sieve and your coaching staff decides they want to fake a punt down 4 deep in their own territory without a plan, that fake punt was going nowhere. It wasn't 4th and 2. It was 4th and 7. Where is he going? Love it. Thank you. Thank you. That's how you score 21 points in 4 minutes. We scored 14 points in 7 seconds. Thank you for the super chat, Comedic Genius. Alec Meehan, double up, Thank you for doubling up. Greatly appreciate you. Alec Meehan writes, let me hit the double up one time for the sweep. Oh, yeah. Let me get the broom. Let me get the broom and the dustpan for that double up. Double up. Sweep them up. Sweep them up. Sweep them up. Sweep them up. Thank you for doubling up, Alec Meehan. Got another one here from Chris Lee. Appreciate you, Chris. Thank you so much for the super chat. Got one from my man BD Barrett Downing. My man BD, thank you as always, writes, great win, Lou. Thanks. Oh, man, this is awesome. Okay. Again, did not expect this. I thought we could win this game, but I didn't feel confident. I didn't like the spot. But to not only win, this is the biggest ass whooping that we've ever delivered to Dallas. Ever. We've never did this to these boys like this. Okay? They've done it to us. We've never done it to them. That's why, I'm going to say it for y'all one more time. I told y'all a while back when a lot of y'all would jump in ship, I said, hey, I'm getting in the whip with Ron, okay? I'm getting in the whip. I don't know where Ron's taking me. I'm going to just put my safety belt on, buckle up, click it or tick it. I'm going to put the safety belt on, and I'm going to just let Ron drive, and wherever the hell we go, but I'm not getting out of the car. I'm not getting out of the whip. This is Ron's plan. Ron's plan. Ron shows up, sweep those boys up. Look, we may not be a good team, but we're building, and you guys see it. You see it. You saw Cameron Curl today. You see it. Don't tell me you don't see it. You saw Montez Sweat today. You saw Chase Romp. You saw Jonathan Allen today. You see it. You saw Terry McLaurin. You've seen Antonio Gibson. You see it. Look, we don't have all the pieces. We don't have all the answers. But as I told you guys before, we're building, and we have more parts now than ever before, okay? Yeah, we got a lot that we have to do. We got to get another receiver. That's no secret. We need a number one tight end. Yeah, we do. We could use a safety, huh? Could we use another corner? Sure. Could we use some upgrades at linebacker? Absolutely. Do we need a left tackle? Maybe we do. I can tell you this. We got a lot more building blocks now than ever before. And I know we're 4-7, and I know this is a bad division. I know all of these things. But you know what else can be true? Is that we're growing and we're getting better. And the last time we did this to the Cowboys, never. Thank you for the super chat, BD. Got another one here from Carlton Pagano Jackson, my man CPJ. Thank you for the super chat, who writes, great win, on to the next one. Enjoy it, y'all. Hashtag MOBB. Mob Squad, stand up. We in the building. We were in the building all night tonight, having fun. All night long, all night. All night long, all night. All night. Woo-hoo-hoo. Let's go. Got another super chat. This one is from Metaphor. Thank you for the super chat. Metaphor, who writes, get the brooms out. It's a swing. It's a swing. Wise. He said, why with the black? This is what I had on, man. I'm chilling at the crib for Thanksgiving. Didn't know I was going to get a 41-16 ass thrashing. I didn't know we was going to go in their house, rummage and pillage their fridge, go upstairs, stomp all over their bed and their pillow with our muddy shoes on and disrespect these dudes. I didn't know we were going to shave our pubes on the kitchen counter, man. I didn't know. So why would I come decked out in burgundy and gold? I was just chilling. I had on Louie T Network merch. I wasn't planning on dressing up in all black like the Omen if I was coming on. I didn't know these boys was going to show up. I didn't know. Sorry. All right? Forgive me. The black is not symbolic of what just happened. Unless you're a Dallas Cowboys fan. In that case, you're dead. Dead, I tell ya. Ha! He says, why with the black, though, LT? Alex for comeback player of the year, for real short? Nah. I don't know about that. Psych. Come on now. The minute that man stepped back on the field, he was getting player of the year, comeback player of the year. Ben Roethlisberger, another candidate, but come on. Alex Smith's career was over. Everybody thought that. Every single one of us out there thought he's never playing another snap in the NFL. The man is out here trying to lead this team to the postseason. I get it. It's a bad division. It doesn't matter. The fact that this man is out here 2 years removed from an injury that almost took his life. Is there even a discussion for comeback player of the year? I think not. Got another super chat. This one is from Andrew Kim. Appreciate you, AK. It's been a while. It's been a while, AK. Says, Lou, keep doing your thing, bro. Appreciate you, AK. Really do. Got another super chat here from Vincent Cole. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Vincent Cole. Another one. Happy Thanksgiving, Lou. Let's get it. And another one. Beat the Cowboys once, and another one. Okay, beat them twice. It was so nice, we decided to do it twice. Got another super chat here. This one is from Fat American. Thank you for the super chat. Fat American, who writes, sorry, but I was hyped in the MOBB squad today. I was typing in all caps all game, bro. I was pumped. Let's go. Haven't felt this good in so long. And you know what? I'm not going to lie to you. We're 4-7. We probably shouldn't be this excited, But when you trample and stomp over your most hated rival on national television, we were 1-8 against the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. We all remember the one win. It was 2012 with Griffin and company. So the fact that we doubled our win output and our win total against this nasty team in the Dallas Cowboys in their building with 30,000 fans while everybody was enjoying their Thanksgiving feast, this is epic. 4-7 or not, this is one to remember. And I and you and everybody else that watched will never forget this. And I will never let Cowboys fans forget this either. Thank you for the super chat, Fat American. The comedic genius YT, double up, Thank you for doubling up. The comedic genius YT who writes, wow, a Redskins killing someone on Thanksgiving. Quite full circle if you ask me, laughing my ass off. By the way, happy Thanksgiving, I'm a Steelers fan. See you soon. Not really looking forward to it, if I'm being brutally honest with you. Not really looking forward to seeing you guys here in a little bit. I think it's next week. If it's not next week, it's definitely the week after that. Either way, look, Steelers are undefeated. They're probably going to beat the Ravens. We'll see. You know, that's family business, just like we just handled some family business. You never know what's going to happen. Somebody's got to stop the Steelers from being undefeated. I'm not going to go that far, guys. I'm just kidding. Enjoy this. We got 11 days until the next game. Enjoy this, okay? Don't think about next week. Think about right now, okay? Right now. Right here. Right now. Right here. Right now. Think about right now. All right? Enjoy this moment. We waited a long time to be able to do something like this. Let's keep the party going. Got another super chat. Brendan McCloskey, thank you for the super chat. Brendan writes, nothing better than sweeping these boys in front of their fans. Let's go! I know that's right, Brendan. Ain't nothing better than doing it in their crib, okay? The level of disrespect that it takes to do something like that. And you know what this felt like? And I told you guys, revenge is a dish best served ice cold. And tonight we were cold-blooded. I told you, this felt just like 2 years ago when we were right in the game. Remember with Colt McCoy? And we were hanging tough, and then they exploded. Mari Cooper, big ball, touchdown. Colt McCoy throws a pick six to DeMarcus Lawrence, touchdown. And just like that, game over. Game over. Flip, 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 game over. And just like that, we got our asses whooped and we were in that game. This felt like that, but then again, it didn't. 41-16 feels really disrespectful. Feels like we violated those boys. If their season had a pulse going into this game, and it still does, it's faint. They need the breather machine now after we finish with them tonight. They need the breather machine. Beep, beep, beep. Somebody go get the defibrillators. Beep. And they back. They're not dead yet. Okay? They only one game out of first place. So I can't bury them. But this felt like a burial. This felt like they flatlined and they had to go get the defibrillators and bring them back. But they barely hanging on, man. Faint pulse. I love it. Thank you for the super chat, Brendan McCloskey. Got another one here from Matthew Manos. Thank you for the super chat. Matthew Manos, greatly appreciate you. Matthew Manos says, sup, Lou, broke 30. Not only did we break 30, Matthew, we got the 40 burger. That 40 burger ain't never taste so sweet. But when the last time we scored 40 on somebody? Let me think. I don't really know. I remember us putting up a 40 burger on the Saints back in 2016 or 2015? One of the 2 years. I don't know if we put up a 40 burger since. I'm trying to think. I know we didn't put one up in 2017. Okay. I don't think we put one up in 2017. I think it was 2016, the Saints game. I don't know. You guys correct me if you're out there. I don't remember the last time we put up 40. So the fact that we're putting up 40 against the Dallas Cowboys feels so good. I love it. Want more of it. Got another super chat here. This one is from Miguel Reyes 17. Thank you for the super chat, Miguel Reyes 17, who writes, our new left tackle in Morgan Moses, legit against rushers. I'm gonna tell you right now, somebody brought this up to me in the comment section. I think it was last week. We were talking and they said, you know what? Is Morgan Moses a left tackle? Can we get him to play left tackle? And you know what? I don't know. Maybe we can get Morgan Moses to play left tackle. I really think that this guy has filled in really nicely. And I'll tell you what, when I look at Morgan Moses and his ability to flip over to the left side, this guy is killing it right now. And look, it's much easier to find somebody and plug them in on the right side than it is to find somebody and put them in on the left side. If we can continue to get this kind of play from Morgan Moses, they've got to think long and hard about keeping him at left tackle and finding a replacement. Whether that guy is Jaron Christian or that guy is Cornelius Lucas, or they go out and get somebody in free agency, or they draft somebody, or maybe it's Sadiq Charles. Who knows? But they've got to take a hard, long look at Morgan Moses at left tackle. And I can tell you this too. If I'm Morgan Moses, you know, it's a question that you ask yourself. If I'm the left tackle, do I get a pay raise? Because remember, it's the same thing that when the Eagles, well, not the same thing. It's not apples to apples comparison. When the Eagles brought back Jason Peters and they were going to play him at guard, and their tackle got hurt, and he said, "Well, if I'm going to play tackle, I'm going to need an upgrade in pay." So I don't know. It's an interesting question. But Morgan Moses is playing excellent football, and it begs the question, do we have our left tackle right here under our nose this entire time? Maybe we do. We'll see. That's a great question, though, Miguel Reyes. We'll see. Got another super chat here from Big Money Sonny. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Big Money Sonny. Greatly appreciate you. Big Money Sonny writes, let's go, Lou! Let's go! Let's go, Big Money Sonny. That's 2 in a row. Okay, now, I think it's going to take 6 to win this division. Here's the problem. The Eagles already have a tie. So in order to beat them out, you can't finish with 6, and they finish with 6. And they got a tough schedule. And I told you, Carson Wentz is playing like trash. I don't know if they're getting a 6. We're the closest team to 6 right now. I look at all the schedules in the division. The Cowboys have the easiest one. But they're a mess, and they got injuries up front, and I just don't think this team is any good. I don't think they're well coached. There's a lot wrong with the Dallas Cowboys. We proved that today. So I think that we've got a legitimate shot here, and I'm excited. I'm excited just as many of you are as well. Twin D, thank you for the super chat. Twin D, greatly appreciate you. Twin D writes, we still haven't scored 30 points in the game this year because we scored 40. We scored 40. Today, LOL, LOL, LOL. You're right. Still haven't scored. Now, this is where you change it up, though. You say 30 plus. We've hit that. But haven't scored 30. You're technically right. We haven't scored 30 in a ball game this season. Why? Because we just scored 41 against the Dallas Cowboys today. And again, couldn't have been a better Thanksgiving gift to us today on Thanksgiving. I talked about wanting my food to digest. We ate a little bit later than I anticipated. And so, you know, my food hadn't quite settled. And to watch us score 17 in the first half, I thought to myself, I told my dad before the game started, I said, look, as we were nearing kickoff, I said, look, I'm going to tell you straight up, if y'all don't jump on us in the first half, y'all going to lose this game. We're a notorious slow starting football team. And we didn't score on the opening possession. Matter of fact, it was one of the few punts. It might have been no, it wasn't the only punt. It was one of like 2 punts in the game for Washington today. We didn't punt very often, but we punted on the opening drive of the game. And I said, there we go, starting slow. And then Dallas goes down and they get a field goal. And I said, damn, you know, they're all, and credit the defense for getting that stop in the red zone and forcing Dallas to have to settle for a field goal. And so they got on the board first. And, you know, in my mind, and I told him, I said, we're just looking to survive the first half. If we can just survive the first half, your ass is in trouble. I told him, I said, look, I'm going to tell you right now, if the score is 17-7, or if it's 20-3, or if it's 17-3, or if it's 17-7, anything that you're up double digits, you're going to win the game. I said, if this score is, 17-13, and I was talking about us losing, not us winning, and we were up 17-13 at halftime. I said, if this score is 17-13, 13-10, 13-6, 13-7, anything like that, 14-7, 14-10, and we're right there, we don't give up a ton of points in the second half. That's not what we do. So I said, if you don't jump on us early, you're done. And what happened? Cowboys scored 3 total points in the second half. How about that play by Terry to hawk down Jalen Smith? One of the biggest plays, not of the game, of the season right there. Because if he scores, it's a tie ball game. It's 20-all. It's a totally different game. Momentum is shifted. It felt like a victory. It felt like we just won something. When he made that tackle and we forced the field goal to keep the lead and have that 20-16 lead after that possession. Felt like we just won something. So that was a massive play, not just in the game, in the season. And that's why he's the goddamn captain. And that's why he's one of the best in the league. Terry McLaurin, and he's all ours. Thank you for the super chat, Twin D. Derek B, my man Derek B, thank you for the super chat, who writes, Lou is about to be sleeping in the car. Hey, look, man, I'm making so much noise right now. Hey, they were about to start a party downstairs, and I had to tell them, hey, look, we can't party yet. Let me party upstairs first. Then we can get the party going downstairs. Look, boss ain't gonna put me out, okay? He's not gonna. As a matter of fact, we ran his ass into the garage with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We did that today. We ran his ass into the garage. He wanted no more. No mas. No mas, Washington. He wanted no more. He went in the garage. I love it. Thank you for the super chat, Derek B. Renard Davis, thank you for the super chat, Renard. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, feels good to see the sports critics predict wrong about Washington football team. Hashtag no respect. Thank you. I'm guilty too. I knew we could win. I did not pick us to win. Okay, so I'm just as guilty as they are. I watched that pregame show just like you did before the game, and I watched all of them laugh as they picked Dallas by 8, 7, and 3. So just like you saw the disrespect, I saw the disrespect, but I was a part of the disrespect. So I can't even sit here and act like I thought we was going to win the game, because I thought we were going to lose as well. So I deserve a nice slap in the face as well, because I was guilty of not having the confidence in my team. And again, I'm not going to apologize for that, because they've done this enough to me for me to think. And I've got to rewire my brain, because Ron Rivera's here now. All right. And it's a different day in Washington. I told you, I believe in Ron Rivera. I believe in what he is trying to do here in changing the culture. And I think games like this are a sign of that, because no one else has done this. I talked about this on the show on Monday. I said, Rivera's got a chance to do something no other coach has done in their first season. Sweep the Dallas Cowboys. Nobody else has done that in his first season. Nobody else has done that. He's also got a chance to win the division. All right, now, again, I get what the division is. I don't care. That's what you guys have to understand. I don't care what the record says. Don't let anybody convince you that winning this division means nothing this year. Oh, you're just going to lose and whatever. So what if we lose in the first round? You know what that means? It means that Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen, Montez Sweat, Chase Young, Terry McLaurin, Antonio Gibson, J.D. McKissick, all these guys are playing in meaningful football. You cannot replicate that. You can't duplicate playing in the postseason and what that feels like. You want these guys to get a taste of that. You want them to understand what it feels like, what it means at this level. This is not Ohio State. You're not in college football anymore. They need to know what it feels like to play meaningful football at this level. You get a taste of that, and now nothing else will do. You got to have that. That's what we want. That's what you should want. Not worried about getting a high draft pick. Trust in Kyle Smith that he will pick the best player available at that pick. If it's a quarterback, cool. If it's a linebacker, great. If it's a safety, if it's a corner, if it's a receiver, whatever. Trust in Kyle Smith. I do. You should too. Thank you for the super chat, Renard Davis. Got another one here from Big Money Sonny. Thank you for tripling up. Big Money Sonny says, forget COVID, we swept Dallas. Call me the janitor. Call me the janitor. Because I came equipped with a broom and I came with the dustpan. I'm ready to sweep some shit up. Dallas, you up. Go ahead and sweep those boys on up. Get them in there. Get them in there. Get them in the dustpan. Forget COVID. We swept the Cowboys. Get them out of here. Get them out of here. Got another super chat here. DMV fan 123. Thank you for the super chat. DMV 123. Turn me up, Louie. Turn me up, Lou. I'm turned up, baby. I'm turned all the way up, man. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. Turn me up. I'm already up. Got another one here. Thank you, DMV fan 123. Got one here from Enigma RJ. Thank you for the super chat. Enigma RJ, who writes, "Hey Louie, that hit by Apke, LOL. Look, that's when you know shit is going well, okay? That's when you know things are really going favorable, and now we're having fun, okay? Now we're having fun when Jeremy Reeves is out here making big plays and big tackles on second down and fourth and third and long and ultimately helping force a field goal. But you really know that we're having fun and we're up big when Troy Apke sniffs out a shallow cross on 3rd and 5 and smacks the receiver for a 3-yard gain, okay? It might have been 4th down. And Troy Apke comes up. That's when you know we're having fun. Everybody's getting some. And that's how it's supposed to go when you're out here busting ass 41-16. Everybody gets some. You know what we call that? Fiesta, fiesta, fiesta. Fiesta, woo! Fiesta, fiesta, fiesta. Fiesta, fiesta. Fiesta, fiesta, fiesta. Fiesta, fiesta. That's what we call that. We call that a party. Okay, I don't know about you. We can speak it in different languages. We call that a party around these parts. When Troy Apke's getting in, it's a party, man. Come get you some. Thank you for the super chat. Enigma RJ. Got one here from John Saluter. Thank you, John Saluter. Greatly appreciate you. John writes, "It's plain and clear to me that Gibson is our franchise running back. Let's freaking go." You couldn't have said it any better, John. I mean, you know, it's funny. I had people earlier in the season saying that they didn't see it with Antonio Gibson. And there were some harsh critics. I remember Chris Cooley saying that J.D. McKissick was our best running back. I didn't agree with him then. I damn sure don't agree with him now. But, you know, everybody's entitled to their opinion. And the thing about, I mean, Rivera said this a million times, and it almost got to the point where it became nauseating, but he was right. And I acknowledge that every time he said it, but it didn't make it less nauseating because, like, dude, you already said that to us. He said, look, guys never played running back really before, didn't have that many snaps. Only had like, 30-something carries in college, so he's pretty much new to the position. And I'm like, Ron, we get it, okay? We understand he hasn't played a lot of running back, but you see it. You see the physicality. I was sitting there talking to my dad while I was watching the game. I said, look, if this guy gets anywhere near the sticks, he's getting a first down. If you hit him for a 2-yard gain, he's going to get 3 or 4. I point that out on film. When we're watching film, I said, even when he makes wrong decisions, he's still so physical that he comes away with 4 or 5, and you can't be mad at that. And he's got a nose for the end zone. He's physical. Let's get physical. He's really physical down by the end zone. That's why he scores so many touchdowns. He's got a nose. He's got a nose for the end zone, man. And this dude just finds a way in. And then you saw it at the end. When he gets a lane, he can hit it fast and go, much faster than slow. The man's got power. He's got speed. He's big. He's physical. There's a lot to like here. And yes, John, we found our franchise back. And he's a young one, and he's only going to get better. I love it. Thank you for the super chat, John Saluda. Got one here from Joshua Farish. Thank you for the super chat, Joshua Farish. Greatly appreciate you. Joshua writes, what did you think about Reeves, the safety? I told you, he made a big play in the game, second down, after the Terry McLaurin tackle on Jalen Smith. On that second down where they tried to get cute with a little reverse action, throw it to Andy Dalton. Reeves came up, made a big stick. I thought he was impactful when he played in the game. I thought that we did a lot of good things. The only guy that struggled today, and coincidentally enough, he had the best game last week, was Ronald Darby. And, a couple of times on those plays, Darby didn't have terrible coverage. Like the first touchdown, the deep ball, he couldn't find the ball. He looked back and the ball went over his head. He couldn't find the football. If he would have found the ball, that play doesn't happen. He was in great coverage. He had a rough go of it today. You know, the pass interference was unnecessary. He was right there. That ball was overthrown. He just panicked. And when you get beat, sometimes you panic. He just had a rough go of it. But I thought the defense was really good today. And I told my dad, look, now that you got your 2 tackles, both banged up early in the game, in Irving and Zach Martin, I said, when Jack Del Rio smells blood in the water, you're dead. And you saw what happened in the second half of this game. It wasn't, you know, we got pressure in the first half, but Andy Dalton kept getting away for some reason. But in the second half, you know, Tim Settle with a sack. Chase Young, I think Chase Young's sack came in the first half. Jonathan Allen, I think, got some pressure, and then you get the interception, and it just all started to come together in the second half of this game. Jonathan Allen also forced a holding penalty. I thought the defensive line, collectively as a group, I thought the defense was really solid in this football game. So I thought Reeves was a part of that, and some good exposure for him. And we're going to need that depth at safety. And remember, we've seen Reeves before. We saw him last year get some runs. So we know this guy can play the safety position, and you just throw him in the mix. Got another super chat here from Estigo. Thank you for the super chat, Estigo. Greatly appreciate you. Estigo writes, there's been a murder. This was sweet victory, dessert for the eyes. I love it. You couldn't have said it any better. I mean, my eyes are eating right now, and they're in heaven. Cheesecake. I mean, this felt like just delicioso for the eyes, okay? Happy Thanksgiving, Lou, to you and yours. Likewise, Estigo. And like you said, this was dessert for the eyes, and I want more. I am greedy over here. These eyes are like, man, haven't seen this one before. Can we have more? Yeah, they could be seconds. We'll see. But, man, this feels great. It really does. Thank you for the super chat, Estigo. King of the North. Thank you for the super chat, King of the North. My man, King of the North, writes, I know what's coming. I know what's coming. He said, I told you, Lou, our boys are ready, and you did tell me that. You told me that during the show. You went right after the show, and you posted a comment in the comment section, and you said, I'm telling you, Lou, this is different. These boys had a bye week the last time. They don't have one this time. It's a quick turnaround. They're ready. They were ready after that first win against Dallas, and they had the bye week. And remember, Morgan Moses said, I wish we could play this week because we're ready. And now you see that they were ready, and then that bye week kind of threw them off schedule a bit, off equilibrium. And so now you see that this team was able to turn around short week, and they came out with a little bit of trickeration, the little fumble-rooski, or as Wade Phillips said, the bummer-rooski, because he actually hiked the ball to Alex Smith, handed it to J.D. McKissick. They spin out of there. 3 guys spin out to the right, and McKissick just stands there like he doesn't have the ball, and then he takes off. It was crazy. Now, Michael Phillips on Twitter, the beat reporter for the Richmond Times-Dispatch, actually showed that Rivera did this in his first season in Carolina back in 2011, and they scored a touchdown on it against the Houston Texans. So Rivera has a history of doing things like this, and that was a great pull by Michael Phillips. So I wanted to give him credit on that because I saw that on Twitter. That was pretty awesome. But King of the North says, I told you, Lou, our boys are ready. Ron and these young boys ain't worried about primetime Thanksgiving woes and none of that. He says, this is their team now. You're right. And I think that's what I got to start telling myself. You know, it's hard to rewire the brain, even though I believe in Ron and I believe in these young players. And I've been telling you guys this all season long. When some of you weren't believing, I kept telling you, this is not a top 5 pick team. This is not a 2-win team or a 3-win team, any of that stuff. And I told you, you know, I believe in Ron. This is Ron's plan. Even when Ron was talking out of both sides of his mouth and things seemed a little wacky, I told you guys, hang in there, okay? Hang in there. There's young talent on this team. And I got to start telling myself this. This is Ron's team. Ron's changing the culture. Ron's doing it his way. And we got talented football players. We need more. We don't have enough. But we got enough to be able to do things like today. And so I got to stop thinking about the Jay Gruden teams and the Shanahan teams and the Jim Zorn teams. Like, I got to stop thinking about all of the scars that I have. It's hard to forget about the scars. There's so many of them. But I'm an optimist. And if I'm going to be optimistic, I got to allow these opportunities to not surprise me, but rather expect them. It's hard when you've been preconditioned to think that the worst is going to happen. But man, I tell you what, this feels Damn good. Man, does it feel good. You were right, King of the North. I cannot tell a lie. You told me, and the boys delivered for you. And for that, you deserve a major, major kudos. Big ups to my man, King of the North, for calling his shot there and being absolutely spot on. Big Money, Sonny, thank you. I'm right here with you, Big Money. I'm right here, baby. I'm right here. Appreciate you, Big Money, Sonny, who writes, Louie T Mother Effin' Network. Let's go! Absolutely, Sonny. I feel the same way, baby. Let's go. All right, got another super chat from Fat American. Thank you for doubling up. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Fat American, who writes, also, did anyone else see the disrespect from all the experts? I don't know. I don't remember one picking us to win, not one the disrespect. I talked about that earlier, watching the pregame show. Nobody was giving us a chance. Again, I can't sit here and shit on them because I, myself, was guilty of that same thing. I didn't think we were going to win the game. I knew we were capable. The thing I didn't like was that they were laughing and they take us for a joke, okay? You know what? They're preconditioned to take us for a joke. Everybody before the season thought we were going to be one of the worst teams in the league with Jacksonville and the Jets. We were right down there as bottom feeders. Nobody looked at this team and said, you got talent. There were people questioning Terry McLaurin as a number one. There were even people questioning or Chase Young as late as last week. Is this guy overrated? Or what is he? If you're not watching and you don't understand what Chase Young is doing out there, but there were people out there that just didn't understand that this team has talent. Look, it's not enough. I need to reiterate that. It's not enough. We need a lot more talent to compete at a high level in this league. However, it is enough talent to beat up on the teams that stink and stink bad. And when you got injuries and you're decimated, like I remember a time when a decimated Dallas Cowboys team, down to their last offensive lineman, would have still beat our ass on Thanksgiving. You remember it too. They would have still beat us 30 to 17. And we would have wet the bed, and they would have beat us, and we would have wondered, did we just let Andy Dalton run for 62 yards on 9 carries? Because he was on his way to doing that in this game. Every time they had a long third down, it seemed like Andy was pulling it and running. And nobody wanted to hit him. Nobody wanted to touch him this game. And so I'm like, are we going to really allow Andy to do this? This is a different team, different day. And I got to start thinking that way. And we'll show them. Because I don't think people still think we're going to win this division. I'm petty. Even when I see the little graphics that they show, like Fox got this little turtle graphic, they think they're funny. Everybody wants jokes about the NFC East. I get it. So they got this little turtle graphic, and all the turtles are running slow because the NFC East is so bad. And, we never get in front in that graphic. Not one time. The Cowboys get out in front. The Eagles get out in front. The Giants get out in front. We always in the back or in third. We didn't even get in front in the graphic. The disrespect is real. F them all. That's what I say. Let's win this division and let's win a goddamn playoff game. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I don't want to start using the P word recklessly. One game at a time. This was the one in front of us. Not only did we take care of it, we took a bite out of a damn 40 burger on these chumps. Let's go. Swept their ass. Under the rug. Got another super chat here from John Saluter. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, John Saluter. Greatly appreciate you. John writes, how long has it been since we put up a 40 bomb? I told you, the last one I remember, New Orleans Saints, I think it was 2016. That's the last one I remember. It might have been the 2015 season. I don't know if we went 20. I don't know if we went 40 on anybody in 2016. You know what? Matter of fact, the Saints in 2016, that was the game that ended our season in 2016 when we were fighting our asses off. That's the game Chris Thompson got hurt. Everybody got hurt. So I think it was 2015 where we went 40. I think it was like 45-14. If my memory serves me correct. We don't score 40 often. We don't have a lot to choose from. So I'm thinking 2015 against the Saints, if I had to guess. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong out there. Got another one. Can't see you, Big Money Sonny. We here. We right here, man. Appreciate you, Big Money Sonny, who writes, we whooped that ass. We spanking that ass, We were spanking that ass all day long. Felt so good. Metaphor, thank you for doubling up. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Metaphor, who writes, Scary Terry with Metcalf type chase down. Beast. That's what came to mind when I was watching it, and it had that kind of an impact. If you remember, Cardinals were up in that game. You get the interception by Budda Baker, and that was a momentous change in the game for Seattle. They ultimately went for it on fourth down and didn't get it, so it was a huge play in the game for the Seahawks at the time. Same thing here, and the Seahawks lost that game. We ultimately won, but again, I'm taking it a step further. If we go on to win the division, that's a defining play in the season. Not because we not only stopped them on that possession and forced field goal to keep the lead intact at 20-16, they didn't score another point after that. Now you could even go and say, look, man, it was less about Terry chasing that guy down and more about the decision to fake a field goal deep in your own territory with no plan. Just, hey, let's just fake it. I can't disagree with that. That was a terrible decision, and I don't know what the hell they're doing over there. Not my problem, as I stated earlier. I just know we took advantage of it like we were supposed to. All right, I would have liked to have gotten 7 in that situation, and we didn't. That's cool. Whatever. I'm fine. Take advantage of their mistakes. We did that, and we made them pay in this game. And matter of fact, we didn't get a touchdown after that. We scored a touchdown on that possession, the next possession, and Montez Sweat got a pick 6. So we scored 21 just like that and put those boys out of their misery. Felt damn good, too. Thank you, Metaphor. Got one here from Uncle Tito. Thank you for the super chat, Uncle Tito. Greatly appreciate you. Uncle Tito writes, this is special, Louie. 2-8 now. He said, the reason I'm a Skins fan because my mom, she passed before she got to see us beat them on Thanksgiving for the first time. I'll tell you what, 2-8, having seen both of them, be able to recollect both of them. Because, normally when you play a team as many times as we played Dallas on Thanksgiving, you think, one of these wins came in the 70s or something, way before, I was born. No. Both of these wins have come in the last 8 years, 2012 and now 2020. And so for you, this is a big one. And Uncle Tito, my condolences out to you and your family. The loss of a family member or loved one is always tough, especially around the holidays. And, I'm glad that you got to get this one for moms. And this is a big one, man. Anytime you can get them, they're big. But when you get them on this stage, on Thanksgiving, with everybody watching, this sends a statement to the rest of the league. Even if you think this division is trash, well, yeah, it might be trash, but we didn't just eat by the Dallas Cowboys. We didn't beat them 19-16 on the last second field goal. We beat their asses 41-16. All right, we made a statement tonight. All right, we made a statement that we're trying to win this division, and if everybody else in this division is serious about winning this division, then you better get on the horse because we about to go giddy up. Giddy up. Giddy up. We about to get on the horse, man. And I'm telling you, it feels like, and I know I'm going a little ahead of myself, but it feels like one of these big boys is ripe for the picking. And when I say one of these big boys, our last 4 remaining games, now we're 4-7. We got 5 games left. We got the Steelers, Seahawks, we have the 49ers, Panthers, and then we got the Eagles. The Steelers or the Seahawks. One of these boys is ripe for the picking. If I had to guess, I'd say it's the Steelers. I don't like Russell Wilson. I think we can get to Ben Roethlisberger now. They got a lot of talent. Their defense is ridiculous, and I think their defense can kick our offense's ass. However, somebody that we're not supposed to beat is going to get beat. It feels that way. It really does. This feels like a 7-win team. I'm just being honest with you. This feels like a 7-9 team. Feels like a 7-9 team. And remember, I changed my prediction from 6-10 to 7-9. There were times this season I was like, there's no way we're getting to 7. But we can get to 6. This feels like a 7-win team right now. Do you know how big of a jump it is to go from 3 to 7? And where we were this year to get to 7 would be insane. And 7 would win you the division easily, by the way. Once again, sorry for the loss, Uncle Tito, but tell you what, send this one up to moms right here. That was a big one. She'd be proud. Big time. Thank you for the super chat, Uncle Tito. Got a super chat here from Alec Meehan, tripling up. My man Alec, I greatly appreciate you. Alec writes, man, I'm on cloud 9 right now. Couldn't be home with the fam for Thanksgiving because of the military, but this made up for everything. Hashtag MO First of all, thank you for your service, Alec, man. Without brave people like you, the freedoms of people like myself and others out there would not be protected and intact. So thank you for all that you do. Sorry that you couldn't be home enjoying this with your family for the holidays. And again, thank you for that sacrifice. But if there's any consolation for what you're doing, here it is right here. You know it sucks being away from your family? Take this win, man. Take this win as a token of our appreciation. And I'll tell you what, this is one hell of a Thanksgiving gift to you, man. This is big time. Big time. Because not only does it put us in first place, not only does it kind of takes a little bit of a weight off of our shoulders sweeping the Cowboys, but it also takes that Thanksgiving monkey off our back as well. I mean, there's so many components to this, and it just gives you so much momentum heading into the next game. Guys get to heal up, all right? Rest their bodies. Terry needs a break. Antonio Gibson needs a break. Morgan Moses needs a break. All these guys are going to get a refresher. I know we didn't handle it well last time. We got Alex Smith. I think he's a stabilizing force. This break is going to do wonders for the team from their physical standpoint, and hopefully they're going to be locked in and ready to go against their next opponent. And it's going to be a big one, but I'm on cloud nine right there with you, Alec Meehan, as well. Thank you for the super chat. And again, thank you for your service. CPJ, doubling up. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, CPJ. Greatly appreciate you, CPJ. Writes, I got a drink for you, Lou. Turn up time. Hashtag Mob Squad. Well, look, my Thanksgiving fast is over, so I'm going to get me a drink. As soon as this is over, I'm going downstairs and I'm popping the top on one, and I'm gonna make me a drink, and I'm gonna live it up. I'm gonna have fun, all right? I'm gonna have a, this party's gonna last the entire weekend. I'm gonna have my dad right here. Every now and again, I'm gonna just talk a little, just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm not going to rub it in because I told you we don't have a disrespectful relationship when it comes to our teams. We usually give each other space, but I'm going to get, you get a little liquor in you, you get a little loose, and, stuff happens, So I can't predict the future. I just know I can't predict this. When I'm done, I am going to get me a little bit of the adult beverage. And I think we all can toast to that. Cheers to a 41-16 ass thrashing of the Dallas Cowboys. Got another one here from Robert Parrish. Thank you for the super chat. I think you doubled up. So we go, double up, we gonna double up anyway. Thank you, Robert Parrish, who writes, the weapon went off today. That weapon he's referring to is, of course, Antonio Gibson. 3 rushing touchdowns in the game, his second 100-yard performance of his career, both coming against Dallas. The guy was outstanding, over 150 total yards of offense for Antonio Gibson in this game. He was a big factor in the passing game, especially early in this football game as well. So you just see the versatility that this guy brings to the table, and you see his ability to find the end zone. He's a problem, and he's gaining more confidence as the weeks progress. 24 is turning into another weapon for this football team. We've got Terry, and a lot of you thought that was it. We have Antonio Gibson as well, and I like J.D. McKissic too. I think we have some stuff. Now it's about building and adding to that, and we're going to continue to do that. The receivers weren't a big factor in this game. Outside of Terry, I think Steven Sims had a catch. Dontrell Inman had a catch, and I think Isaiah Wright had 1 catch. Not a lot of catches to go around for the receiver position. So now I don't know if Cam Sims even got a target in this game. So the receivers were not a massive part of this game outside of Terry. That's fine. When you got a guy like Antonio Gibson putting up the kind of numbers and putting in the kind of work that he did in this game, you don't need a massive effort from your wide receivers. Gibson pretty much took care of business with a sprinkle of help from one Terry McLaurin. Thank you for the super chat, Robert Parrish. Got another super chat here. Diesel the Hog. Thank you for the super chat, Diesel the Hog, who writes, hail, what are you sipping on? Cheers. Thanksgiving miracle. I got Tito's downstairs. I like to make a little collection of stuff. Little Tito's, little Jameson. All right, so I put those two together, and then I sprinkle in a little bit of Deep Eddies peach. And there you go, And sometimes I make a smoothie. I call it Pink Panther. Put those 3 in there, little juice, on some fruit. Strawberries, mangoes, pineapples. Can't go wrong, baby. Pink Panther. It'll sneak up on you. The reason I call it Pink Panther is pink because of the strawberries, and it'll sneak up on you. 41-16. Now, it'll sneak up on you like the Washington offense did and defense did at the end of the game when it was 20-16. Next thing you know, it was 41-16. Game over. Ha! Got another super chat here from Chris Lee. Thank you for the super chat, Chris Lee. Greatly appreciate you. Chris Lee writes, Scary Terry saved this game for us. He's a beast. Massive play. I can't begin to explain to you how big of a play that was. Without that play, I can't tell you if we win this game or not. Honestly speaking, 20-20 changes everything. Gives the Cowboys confidence, takes it away from us. It was a damaging play by Alex Smith. You got the game in control. You're up 20-13. The Cowboys haven't done anything offensively. You know how this defense rolls in the second half of games. Absolutely shuts the faucet off in the second half of football games. And here we are with the Cowboys on the ropes, rope-a-dope style, and Alex gives them a gift. And Terry took half of that gift away. And the defense took the other half of the gift away. And I thought, like I said, not only a game-changing play in the game, I think it might ultimately be a game-changing play in the season. We will see. Thank you for the super chat, Chris Lee. Got a super chat here from Lurtz of Orthanic. Thank you for the super chat, Lurtz of Orthanic. Greatly appreciate you. Lurtz says, is this your sweetest tea giving win ever? Congrats. Yes, it's not even close. 2012 was excellent because Griffin was a rookie and we were in the midst of we didn't know at the time that it was going to become a 7-game winning streak and a division championship at the time, but we were in the midst of that. But we had never beaten them, and it was a big game. This was more gratifying because of the margin. The first of all, it's a sweep of the Cowboys, and we haven't swept them since 2012, that same season. So completing a sweep. Remember, that was the first time we'd seen Dallas that year. So this is different than that because this is completing the sweep. We don't have to worry about these boys again this season. And not only that, we destroyed them in this game. Absolutely destroyed these boys. And that felt damn good. So I tell you what, this is definitely my greatest win on Thanksgiving. And I know it's a 4-7 team, but I don't care. This feels really good. It feels like the beginning of something. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but that's how I feel right now. Got a super chat here from Tobal DeGrio. Thank you for the super chat, Tobal DeGrio. And he writes, did Scott turn up with the plays or what? I told you guys, Scott's getting better with his play calling. A lot of you aren't the biggest fans of Scott Turner. That's fine. Look, I can't tell you who you should or shouldn't like. I'm just telling you that the man is doing a solid job this season, and it's his first year as a coordinator. And so you got to give him the leeway to make mistakes, grow and learn, just like players are going to make mistakes. Give them an opportunity to grow and learn. We need to do the same thing with coordinators. He's not going to just jump in here and right off the bat, just every play is going to work. Every play is going to be a home run. You know, you got to give him the space to make mistakes. You know, I remember when I used to play sports, especially basketball. That was the sport that if you were a guy coming off the bench and you knew that your minutes were limited, and I was a bench player coming off the bench, I was a 3-and-D guy. And so you knew coming off the bench that you couldn't take any ill-advised shots, you couldn't make any mistakes, couldn't have a bad turnover. Why? Because you start looking over at the scores table. Like, here's the hook. I know it's coming. I just took a 3, you know, and I probably should have passed it. One more pass, and it would have been an open shooter, but I felt like this was the right shot. I took it. I missed it, and I think he's coming for me. You look over at the scores table, and you're hoping you don't see somebody taking a knee waiting to take your place. Like, you can't have that kind of mentality with a young player or a first-time play caller. You got to give guys an opportunity. Like Mike Nolan in Dallas, you don't get any leeway from me. You're like a 6-time defensive coordinator. You've been a defensive coordinator. You've been a head coach multiple times in this league. You don't get to make the kind of mistakes he's making with this football team. You know, I listened to Troy Aikman talk about, well, Mike Nolan's a really good defensive coordinator. Bullshit. He is not a really good defensive coordinator, and Cowboys fans are finding that out right now firsthand. Okay? Thank you for the super chat, Um, Jabal, who is that again? Thank you for the super chat, Tabal DeGrio. Got one here from Melvin Gloson. Thank you for the super chat, Melvin Gloson. Greatly appreciate you. Melvin writes, yes, Washington football fans, stand up. We in the building, and we're in first place. Just in case you forgot, we in first place. Put some damn respect on our damn name. Got another super chat here from Tabal DeGrio. Thank you for the super chat, Tabal. Let's see. Tabal says, did Scott turn it up with some surprises? Like, again, the fake play, he had a read option with tight end Logan Thomas. He had a reverse pass with Logan Thomas. So yes, on a short, you know what was impressive about it? It's a short week, and he's dialing up plays that they might have had in their back pockets all season long, waiting for the perfect time to pull them out. And on a short week, you give us, 3 different plays than we've seen all season. We got a read option on a third and short. We get a reverse pass down the field to Terry for his first catch of the game. And then you get the Bumaruski down inside the 20 that almost popped for a touchdown. Really impressive stuff from offensive coordinator Scott Turner. Really was impressive on his part to get the kind of plays on a short week like he did tonight. Thank you again for that super chat, Tabal DeGrio. Got another super chat here from Martin Matthews, my man Double M. Thank you for the super chat, Double M. Greatly appreciate you. Martin Matthews writes, hey, Louie, what about them Cowboys? That's what I screamed as my dad was going to the garage. How about them Cowboys? Yeah! Says, what about them Cowboys? LOL. When both tackles went down, I knew we had this game. How about you? When did you think we had the game? Fake punt. Up until that point, I wasn't convinced. I knew that they were in trouble. I'll tell you what, I started the game more confidence. When the game started, I was 60-40. Cowboys going to win this game. As we got close to halftime and we were up 17-10, they got the field goal right before half to make it 17-13. When we got to halftime, I think it shifted 52-48 our way. I'm like, man, we're up at halftime. We scored the most points since the Dallas game. And really, the 2 Dallas games are the only games in which we've scored real points in the first half. And we're winning. And we haven't even played our best half yet, which is the second half. I think we're going to win this game. That's when I started to think we were going to win. But it wasn't until the fake punt that I actually thought that we were going to win the game. Because the Ezekiel Elliott fumble and only getting a field goal out of that was really disappointing. I thought that was a chance to really put them in a tough spot. And we only got a field goal there to extend the lead to 20-13. So I really wasn't confident at that point. It wasn't until the fake punt when I said, oh, you just effed up. You went for it on 4th down in the first half and you needed inches and you throw a pass. Okay, you want to lose this game. Now you're going to fake punt it on 4th and 7 or 8? And you don't even have a plan with this fake punt? Okay, yeah, you're trying to lose the game. That's when I knew we were going to win. Not when both of their tackles went out, even though I told my dad, Jack smells blood in the water. He's coming after you. I wasn't confident at that point quite yet. Thank you for that super chat, Double M. Got another super chat here. This one is from Jake Willis. Thank you for the super chat, Jake Willis. Greatly appreciate you. Jake writes, did Snyder predict this when he introduced Ron as our head coach? Have a day, Louie. Oh, man. Happy Thanksgiving. He said it. Maybe he foreshadowed what was to come on Thanksgiving. I don't know. I don't know about you. I still don't want to play on Thanksgivings. I'd like to eat my food and enjoy this game in peace and watch Dallas lose to somebody else. But look, hell, if they're going to lose, why not lose to us, right? But we don't do this very often. Dan, I don't like giving Dan a lot of credit for anything, but I have to give Dan credit for this hire of Ron Rivera, because there weren't going to be many guys that could come in here and make us believe as a fan base. Some of you still don't, and that's fine. But it was going to be hard to bring somebody else in here with credibility, which is what you have to have. You couldn't bring a young guy in here, a first-time head coach. It wasn't going to cut it with this fan base because we were in the dark. We were lost. We needed a reason to believe, and Ron was brought in with a track record, a guy that's been to Super Bowl, and he gave us hope. And he gave us happy Thanksgiving, and today it's come full circle because happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We just ate some Cowboy. We just ate all of their lunch, all right? We absolutely ate everything in their kitchen, everything in their refrigerator, and we did it in their face with a smile, all right? We belched in their face with their food, and we're walking out, and there ain't a damn thing they can do about it. Thank you, Jake Willis, for the super chat. Got another super chat here from Martin Matthews. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Martin Matthews. Greatly appreciate you. Martin Matthews writes, hey, Louie, when someone steps up to help Terry, our offense will be lethal. By the way, did anyone notice how timid Zeke has been running in both games against us? Well, that fumble definitely helped. I thought he was running hard early, but I thought that fumble changed a lot. He tried to get mean and physical after the fumble, but damage was done. You know, when we get somebody across from Terry, and I don't know if you guys saw my tweet, but I tweeted out in the first half of the Lions Texans game that I want Will Fuller the fifth. I said that I know the risks that come with Will Fuller. I know the injury history. I know all of that. If he's healthy, he would be a tremendous compliment to Terry. Now you have two speedsters on the field. Now you can take the top off. They've got to choose. This guy gets open and I'm talking about the separation he gets on routes is ridiculous. Some of the biggest separation I've seen in the league over his 5-year career to this point. When this guy's on the field, he's a true difference maker. I don't know how much it's going to cost to get him. I don't know how much he's going to command on the free agent market. I am intrigued by Will Fuller. He's going into his second contract. He's a young guy. He's explosive. He's dynamic. You get a guy like that, and look, it doesn't have to be Will Fuller. That's the guy that I'm enamored with. But there are going to be plenty of free agent wide receivers this year, and you're going to have capital in the draft. There are different ways to skin a cat here, but you have to get somebody opposite. I don't think that guy's on the roster right now. I love Cam Sims as a third option. Steven Sims is another option. Like, these are guys you need. You need guys like that on your team. Everybody's not going to be a dog. Terry's a dog. We need to add another dog, all right? The rest of those dudes are cats, and that's fine. You need cats too. We need an army, all right? But we need another dog. Terry's a dog. We don't have another dog outside. We need one more. Thank you for the super chat, Martin Matthews. Greatly appreciated. Thank you for doubling up. Got another super chat here from Joseph's Book Review. Thank you for the super chat, Joseph's Book Review, who writes, Gibson better than 2012 Morris? Yeah, because to me, Alf was a product of the offense, of the scheme. Like Alfred Morris, and the reason you know that is because everywhere else he went, Alfred Morris was just a guy. He was a jag. You know, when the scheme no longer worked and it broke down in Washington, Alfred became just a guy. He was a jag. Like Alfred Morris was a product of the system. Because of Robert's legs and teams, it's similar to the effect Lamar Jackson has on the Ravens run game. You have to respect Lamar Jackson's legs and his ability to run, and because of that, it opens up massive running lanes for the running back and opportunities that wouldn't be there if there were a normal, regular quarterback in the backfield. And so in 2012, when the spread started to really make its way into the NFL, it was all kind of new. The pistol was all new in the NFL. That was more of a college, high school gimmicky offense. It wasn't really a staple in the NFL at that point. Alfred was a byproduct of that system. He wasn't really an individual, star. Again, I'm not going to sit here and piss on what Alfred did here. AM had a 200-yard game in an NFC division clincher versus Dallas in Week 17. I'll never forget it. But if we're just talking talent, we're just stacking the two guys up next to one another. It's not even close. Antonio Gibson is by far the superior talent. And you, me, and everybody else, we're way more excited about the future of Antonio Gibson than we ever were of Alfred Morris at any point of his Washington football career. Thank you for the super chat, Joseph's Book Review. The Martin family, thank you for the super chat. The Martin family, greatly appreciate you, who writes, when you think of garbage, think of the Cowboys. When you think of garbage, think of the Dallas Cowboys. It was the most exhilarating game. The Washington football team took on the Cowboys of Dallas. It was the most exhilarating game. Thank you for the super chat, the Martin family. Let's see, I got another one here from Derek Only. Thank you for the super chat, Derek Only. My man, Derek writes, hey, LT, when AG is a beast, when he gets his vision and gets better, it's over. And, you know, he's learning. He's continuing to learn. He's continuing to put together these games. I still think his vision is a work in progress, as you mentioned. And if that ever comes, and I don't know if it will, I'm not saying that, you know, vision is going to come over time. I think he'll get more comfortable as to when to press, and cut it back. As far as seeing it before it happens, I don't know if he's going to do that or not. I just know this. As he gets more comfortable, he becomes more dangerous. And really, it's about confidence. I think he's gaining confidence now. I think he's understanding what he has to do to be successful in this league as a running back. And you see the confidence starting to swell. Like, he goes into games now expecting to dominate. And that's what we need from him, because he's one of our big playmakers now. Like, he's a guy that we rely on week in and week out to perform at a high level to give us a chance to win. And so this is massive. I'll tell you something else. When I look at Antonio Gibson, I see a guy that is having fun out there. Did you guys see his mic'd up? It was the best thing I've seen all year that the Washington football team has put out on their YouTube channel. Antonio Gibson mic'd up versus the Cincinnati Bengals. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, please treat yourself to some hilarious commentary on the field with a guy that's just out there having fun. You know, I love it. And that's that young energy, that exuberance that we need. Like, it's a new day. It's a new era in Washington football team football. We got young guys that are out here having fun playing a game, and it's going to start leading to victories as they continue to gain confidence. You gain confidence when you do things like we did today, beating that ass 41-16. Thank you for the super chat, Derek Only. Got another super chat here. This next one is from Protect Sports. Thank you for the super chat, Protect Sports. Greatly appreciate you. My man Tones writes, Louie T, best NFL coverage. Who else could it be but me, your man, Louie T? I thank you guys for blessing me tonight and sharing this win. This is big. It feels big. Feels really big. I don't know how big it is. This could be our last win of the season for all we know. It feels big in the moment, and couldn't have come at a better time against a better opponent. Thank you for the super chat, and thank you for the love, Protect Sports. Greatly appreciate you. Kevin, the PRF. Greatly appreciate you, Kevin, the PRF. My man Kev writes, F it. I'll get too far ahead. This Cowboys team went toe-to-toe with the Steelers with Gilbert at quarterback. Have some Thanksgiving Kool-Aid. Hashtag why not us? Don't do it. You tempted me, Kev. Don't do it. I'm putting the glass down. All right, you know what? I got the broom. I'm putting the broom down, man. You're going too far, Kev. But you bring up a hell of a point. I watched these boys go toe-to-toe with the undefeated Steelers. I watched Jake Luton fight. Now, he had about 19 turnovers in that game, but I'm telling you, something's off with the Steelers team offensively now. Their defense is good enough to beat us by themselves. But I'm not discounting anything, and I'm not deferring to these boys, and I'm not just going to give them a victory. I remember it was my man Protect Sports. When the schedule first came out, he said, hey, we beating the Steelers. You know, that's going to be one of the surprise wins. I'm like, I don't think so. I don't see that happening. I definitely don't see it now that the Steelers are 10-0 and have a chance to get to 11-0 versus the Ravens this week. But I tell you what, if they come into that game undefeated, stranger things have happened. And you like you said, now the difference was they were on the road at Dallas. However, I watched Garrett Gilbert give it a run against this Steelers football team. Why not us? I don't know. Why not? I'm with you. Hey, it's Thanksgiving. We feeling good. We drinking shit we shouldn't be drinking because we just won 41-16. Why not? Have the drink, man. Live it up. Thank you for the super chat. Kevin, the PRF. Got another super chat here. This one is from Kevin Gubera. Thank you for the super chat. Kevin, who writes, the losses to New York and Detroit are going to haunt us. They feel like losses that could ultimately doom us this year. And we'll see how things shake out. It's less about the Detroit game. It's more about the Giants game. Those are division games. You lost two of them to a team that you are better than. We're better than the Giants. We are. And we had no, we turned it over 5 times and lost by a field goal. All right, don't tell me we're not better than the Giants. I don't care they beat us twice. We turned it over in those 2 games 7 times. We only got 1 back in return. And we lost those games by a combined 4 points. We're better than the Giants. All right. That being said, we lost to them twice. If you want to point to some games that are going to come back to haunt us, it's those Giants games. The game sucked because you feel like you could have won that game, but at the end of the day, it's Detroit. It is what it is. They got Matthew Stafford. He's a really good quarterback. I can take that loss. I can stomach that one. I can't stomach losing to Daniel Jones twice. That just doesn't make sense to me. Thank you for the super chat, Chris Kersling. I really appreciate you, Chris. Thank you so much for the super chat, Chris Kersling. Chris writes, "Hey, LT, you seriously have been the best perspective throughout the season. Mad love for your intelligence and passions towards the one and only burgundy and gold. How about Gibson, the new McCaffrey?" Ding, 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 ding. Now, here's the thing. When you say that, you have to understand, Gibson's not the receiver that Christian McCaffrey is. McCaffrey's running all kinds of routes out of the backfield. He's getting up the field. McCaffrey is a 1,000 guy. I don't think Gibson's a 1,000 guy in his career ever. 1,000 receiving, 1,000 rushing. That being said, they view Gibson as a guy that can do a lot of things. He's very versatile. You see him catching the ball out of the backfield. I think when they drafted him, they saw a guy that could provide them a lot out of the backfield. He's not quite Christian McCaffrey. I think J.D. McKissick is more Christian McCaffrey in terms of his receiving ability and ability to run it than that of Gibson. But I can tell you this, Gibson has the ability, if he continues on this track, remember, young running back, little to no experience, and we see the growth and maturation, and if he continues to grow at this rate, you're potentially looking at a top 7 back in this league within the next 2 years before he even gets to the end of his rookie deal and is looking for a new contract. You're talking about a top 7 back in this league. That's the potential that this guy has. And, by the time we get to the end of this rookie deal, you could be talking about a top 5 back. He's got that kind of potential in him. He has to continue to grow. He has to continue to get better. And he will. With more reps, with more experience, he's going to get better. And that's something that you should take comfort in as a Washington football team fan. Thank you for the super chat, Chris Kersling. Got a super chat here from Twin D. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Twin D. Greatly appreciate you. Twin D writes, LT, I know I'm still way out there on a limb by myself, as you say, but I'm telling you, Apke's season turns around with that hit today. Just watch. Okay, you're right. You are out on a limb by yourself. You are Tina Marie right now. Out on a limb, I'm giving in. I'm not giving in to you on this one, Twin D. You're out on a limb by yourself. But I will tell you this. That was a confident play by Troy Apke, but it's easy to make confident plays when your team is up 41-16. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I hope you're right, because Troy Apke's development only helps this team. It may not help us in the long run. He may not be here long term, but for this season, the Troy Apke playing with confidence only helps this team. We need all the bodies we can get at the safety position till DeShazer Everett comes back. And right now, I'm hearing that there's no guarantee that DeShazer Everett plays next week against the Steelers. So you may have to try Apke out there again and mix in some Reeves as well. So we're going to need these guys to step up, and Apke's one of those guys, and you're still out on a limb by yourself, Twin D. I'm sorry. Sorry to tell you that, but you are. But I appreciate you anyway. Got another super chat. This one is from Kevin the PRF. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Kevin the PRF. My man, Kev. The PRF writes, on the nationally televised game of the NFL season, McLaurin probably vaulted himself into the top 10 wide receiver discussion by playing defense. I think what that play did is it opened everybody's eyes to the all-around unselfish nature of Terry. I think if you have been paying attention to NFL football, then you know how good Terry McLaurin is. If you're a L.A.B fan, then you don't really know. You don't really know how good Terry is. And I think this kind of helps people understand, wow, that was a DK Metcalf-esque play. Like this guy, wow. And then you see him, whatever he caught, like 8-9 balls for like 90-something yards, whatever it was, 80-something yards. Like, he was all we had at receiver. And so it's apparent. Like, this guy's out here balling with nobody else around him at the receiver position, and he's out here making plays after a turnover. Like, these are the kind of guys you win with in this league. Terry McLaurin's a winner, period. End of discussion. And I think people figured that out today. Like, man, and not only is this guy a leader, this guy's a hell of a football player. And you're seeing it with Terry McLaurin right now. And you're right. That play, it's going to be in the front of people's mind. It's going to bring awareness and a new level of consciousness to Terry McLaurin when looking at the broader NFL wide receiver picture. A guy that probably wasn't even in the thoughts of many. Plays like this on this stage will catapult him. And you're right about that. It's crazy because it came on defense, and this guy's been electric for us on offense. But it's a big play, man. Big play. Thank you for the super chat and doubling up, Kevin, the PRF. Got another super chat here from Uncle Tito. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Uncle Tito. Greatly appreciate you. I'm gonna get a little bit of that later on when I go downstairs, a little bit of that Tito's. But I really appreciate you, Uncle Tito, who writes, hey, much love for the kind words, Lou. On a lighter note, if we make the playoffs, and you don't have to thank me for that, man. It's all love. We all family. I tell you guys that all the time. We a big, family here. We all bleed burgundy and gold. If you cut me at the wrist, it ain't bleeding blue, it's bleeding burgundy and gold. And all of y'all are the same way. So we all family, man. We may not always get along, but at the end of the day, we all want the same thing. We all here for the same common goal. So that makes us family. So I thank you for your support, Uncle Tito. And you're right. On a lighter note, if we make the playoff run, should we keep the current name? I'm on board. It's growing on me anyway. AG and the Rookie of the Year combo. So on the name, no. I don't care what we do. I don't want to change the name. Or I want to change the name. I don't want this to be our permanent name. Now, there is this thought, what if you win the Super Bowl? No. I don't want this name. I don't care if we win big with this name. I want a new name. I want a nickname. I want a moniker. Okay. That being said, is it growing on me? Am I getting used to saying it? Sure. Is it growing on me to the point where I want to keep it? Absolutely not. So am I getting used to saying it? And do I find myself saying Redskins? Not very often. Like Joe Buck and Troy, and this was their first Washington game of the season. They said Redskins at least 4 times on the telecast. They had to keep catching themselves because they haven't done a Washington game this season. So it's tough when you haven't done it. You have to keep, programming and retraining yourself because you've been saying Redskins for years. I myself don't want Washington football team to stick as the team's name. But again, if it does, at this point, I don't really care. And I know that it's in the hunt. When you listen to Jason Wright talk, he keeps talking about this name. He's like, hey, don't count out us keeping this name. They're getting new signage at Washington Park and the Nova Washington building and everything. And you're seeing it. You're not gonna get this signage and put all this stuff up if you're planning to change. You're not gonna, because all this stuff costs money. So the more I see this, the more I'm starting to think they're really seriously considering keeping this name. But that's another discussion for another day. AG for Rookie of the Year. Antonio, again, we talked about that earlier. I don't think he can win unless something were to happen to Justin Herbert, which I'm not advocating for. I love to see the young boys go out and ball, just like I love watching Antonio Gibson go out and ball. But he's definitely throwing his hat in that discussion. He's going to have to play. He's got some ground to make up because he just started balling. He had a couple of solid games, but the touchdown numbers are becoming too hard to ignore. Now you're starting to pile on some actual production on top of it. It's one thing to have, like the Lions game, for instance. He had 3 touchdowns rushing in that Lions game, but he only had like 40-something yards rushing. It wasn't a massive yardage game for him. But he had 3 rushing touchdowns or 2 rushing touchdowns, one or the other. Either way, it wasn't a massive production game for him. But now, not only are the touchdowns starting to add up, he had another 3. And I think that makes it like 5 or 6 straight games with a rushing touchdown for him. Not only are the touchdowns starting to add up, now the rushing yards are coming along with it. He's going to hit 1,000 yards. We haven't had a 1,000-yard rusher since Alfred Morris back in like 2014 or something. Like, we haven't had a 1,000-yard rusher in these parts in a very, very, I lied. I think AD rushed for 1,000 yards. I don't think it was last season, but it was the year before that. I think that year where Alex got hurt, 2018, he rushed for 1,000 yards. I believe he rushed for 1,000 yards that season because he carried us down the stretch. But I said that to say this. We don't have 1,000-yard rushes very often. This guy's gonna end up with a rookie season where he's probably gonna have every bit of 14, 15 rushing touchdowns. Like that's an astronomical number for a regular veteran, let alone a rookie coming into the league. Think about that for a second. Like he's gonna make it interesting. I think he ends up getting votes for Rookie of the Year. I don't think he wins, but he's gonna make it interesting if he continues to play the way that he did today and has played since the bye week. Really, I mean, he's been coming on strong since that Dallas game. Really, prior to the bye week with that Dallas game, he's been coming on strong, and it's only getting better. It seems like week after week. Let's see. I got another super chat here. This next one is from Jack M. Thank you for the super chat, Jack M. Greatly appreciate you. My man Jack M writes, "Hey man, thanks for all the entertainment throughout the quarantine. Much appreciated. And you guys do just as much for me as I do for you. I entertain you, and in turn, you guys are entertainment for me as well. And just the back and forth dialogue, your opinions, they matter. You guys voicing your opinions and telling me things and us going back and forth and talking, all of this stuff makes this platform what it is. You guys make this platform what it is. I can't stress that to you guys enough. And so I know you guys try to thank me for what I do. I'm thanking you guys for what you do, the value that you bring to the Louie T Network. Without you guys, this doesn't exist. So thank you, Jack M, and all of you out there that have continued to support the Louie T Network. It makes days like this that more enjoyable, okay? I told you guys, this struggle, it stinks, but it makes the victories that much sweeter. It makes it that much sweeter. When you get it, it tastes like sweet nectar. And so you guys have to bask in that. You got to understand that. We go through this for a reason, because when we finally get to that mountaintop, when we get these kind of victories, they feel that much better. Thank you for the super chat, Jack M. Got another super chat here from the Great Watubi. Thank you for the super chat, Great Watubi, who writes, "Happy Thanksgiving, Louie. Great game today. Happy Thanksgiving, man." I said that on my way out of the MOBB stand up. We in the building. I said, "Hey, happy Thanksgiving, everybody." Can't get a much better happy Thanksgiving than that. That's the perfect way to cap off your Thanksgiving right there. Thank you again for the super chat, Great Watubi. Thanks. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours as well. Alec Meehan, we here with it. Really appreciate you, Alec Meehan. Alec writes, "Once CD dropped that ball to possibly tie it at 20, I knew we had secured the bag." You know what? I was talking shit to my dad at that point about CD, because against Washington, he has 0 catches. Had the 2 drops the first time we played him. Had another drop, a massive drop, which as you mentioned, forced them to kick the field goal. And instead of them getting a touchdown, they made it 20-16. They should have gotten a touchdown. It should have been tied up at 20. And at that point, I'm like, these boys, they 3-7 just like us for a reason. They don't want this game. They stink. Like, yeah, look, we got our faults and we got things we got to work on. These boys stink though. Like you got to catch that football. If that was Cam Sims or if that was Steven Sims, we'd be cussing his ass out. And my dad just sat over there and was like, "You know what? I'm done." In his mind, he's like, "We're not going to," he didn't think they were going to win the game. When the game started, he said they were going to win. Once he saw that they really weren't stopping us on offense to start the game, he's like, "No, y'all going to win. Y'all going to win the game." So, yeah, CeeDee Lamb, for all the good he's done this year, he's had some big drops against us, and I love it. And again, I didn't know we secured the bag until the fake field goal. That's when I knew for sure, okay, yeah, y'all trying to hand this one to us. I really appreciate y'all. So, got another super chat here from Spence Jones 2. Thank you for the super chat, Spence Jones, who writes, "I wonder how Cooper feels about not taking our money." He still feels good about it. He wanted to stay in Dallas. He was happy there. That's good. I'm glad he took the money in Dallas and didn't come to Washington. I didn't want him in Washington. I told you guys that a number of times, because he can have an impact in one game and then he can disappear. And there have been games this season where Amari Cooper has been invisible. I don't want, Terry shows up every week for us with they got all this talent in Dallas, and Amari Cooper doesn't show up in games. And I just can't fathom paying a guy that can go on a milk carton in any given week $100 million. I'd much rather give that money to Terry McLaurin. Like, Terry shows up every week. He blocks. He runs guys down from behind on interceptions. He catches balls on third downs. How about that catch on 1st and 10 from our own 3-yard line after Steven Sims decided he wanted to field a punt at the 5? How about Terry digging one out of the ground on 1st down? That's a big catch. It's a 9-yard gain, but now we're not taking the next snap and Alex dropping back inside the end zone where anything could happen. A holding penalty, which could result in a safety. He could get stripped and fumble. Anything could happen. Now we don't have to worry about that because Terry's digging one out of the ground. Terry's so clutch. So I'm glad Amari Cooper didn't take our money. I don't want him here. Never did. Thank you for the super chat, Spence Jones, too. Kevin, the PRF, we here now. I really appreciate you, Kev, the PRF, who writes, you seem to start coming off it this past weekend. All talent being equal, regardless of position, is QB still the first choice in 2021? Depends on where we're selecting, obviously. You can find talent at the quarterback position anywhere. It could be in the 1st round, 2nd round, 3rd round, doesn't matter. But, it all depends on where you are. Obviously you make the playoffs, you win the division. You can't get anything higher than 19 or lower than 19, I should say. You win a playoff game, and now that puts you in the 20s. So you don't know what talent is going to be there. Maybe you're smitten with a guy and you can trade up and get him. There are so many things that can happen. We saw this past year in the draft where a guy like Jordan Love, who a lot of people like, fell all the way to 26. Packers traded up and grabbed him, and they got their guy, and they only had to trade up a couple of picks to do it. So you just never know what's going to be available for you in the draft. I still think that quarterback is the position that you take because you got Alex. It allows you to have, even if you don't know if that young boy is ready to go, he doesn't have to. You got Alex. I say you bring Kyle Allen back as well. And because if you really are not sure about the young boy playing right away, you bring back Kyle Allen. It's not going to cost you a bunch. He's coming off of an injury. You won't spend a pretty penny for Kyle Allen. You bring him back on a low, on a 1-year deal, really. And you got the young boy as your 3rd string quarterback. So you're keeping 3 quarterbacks just in case something happens to Alex. We don't know, and this is assuming he gets out of this season healthy. But you got the mentorship of Alex Smith, and he doesn't have to play, and he can just learn. And then when you're ready to pull the trigger, you move to the young fella. But, if they decide that, they don't want to draft a quarterback in the 1st round, so be it. I think they're drafting a quarterback. Whether it's the 1st or the 2nd round, I think they're going to draft a quarterback this year. And, we'll see what happens. I don't care personally what they do. As long as they get a talented football player that helps this team exponentially, I'm all for it. If the best player available, and I know you don't want to hear this, if the best player available is a defensive end and they take him at, let's say we end up with the 20th pick, we win the division. Let's say we end up with the 22nd pick. We win the division because I think if we get in, we're going to win a game. I know y'all think I'm crazy, and I'm okay with that. But if we get in, I think we're going to win a game because I'm telling you, everybody's disrespecting the NFC East. No matter who comes out, oh, that's an easy win. You see the shade that we get on Monday Night Football. Brian Greasy said, hey, if I'm in the playoffs, I want to get that first wild card because I want to play the winner of the NFC East. Okay, yeah, come to Washington. Come to FedEx and get your damn brains bashed in, all right? Get your damn skull bashed in, all right? I want somebody I dare somebody to say, yeah, call us out. Have the balls to call us out or whoever win the division. We'll see. Anyway, to answer your question, I think that you take the most talented football player on the board at the time, and if that's a quarterback, so be it. They're drafting a quarterback, I believe, in 2021. I believe that firmly. So we'll see what happens. But, if they didn't take a quarterback, you got to do something. You can't go into 2021 unless Dwayne is a guy that they really believe in. Still, you have to do something at quarterback. Got to. So we'll see what they decide to do. Maybe they think Kyle Allen's that guy. We'll see. Got a super chat here from Abner Duran. Thank you for the super chat, Abner Duran. Greatly appreciate you. Abner writes, McLaurin's a monster. Gibson just became one today, that's for sure. But even though Smith isn't the franchise future quarterback, he's solid. He's shaky. his tragedy, he says his tragedy's out. He's losing fear and becoming a perfect mentor for our next QB. And those are all valid points. Gibson, I think he was already becoming one before today. Today, I think it solidified it. Because for us as fans, I think we've already been seeing the maturation of Gibson, and we saw this coming. And he's been scoring touchdowns every week. And he scored like 2 or 3 touchdowns versus the Lions just a couple of weeks ago. Like, we see what this guy is. We see the red zone ability and his ability to sniff the end zone. I think this on a national stage, other people who weren't privy to Antonio Gibson now got to say, damn, they got a ball player over there in Antonio Gibson. Guy's physical, he's fast. He's got some skills. He can catch it out of the backfield. Like, he does a lot of things. I think they got to see that today. So you're right in Terry and Antonio. As far as Alex is concerned, he is a little shaky. You know, that interception can't happen. That was a big play in the game. If you're playing a better team, if you're playing the Steelers, that interception probably gets you beat. You know, you can't make those kind of mistakes. But we were playing the Cowboys, so we were able to get away with it. But because CeeDee Lamb dropped a touchdown. You're playing against the Steelers, Juju Smith-Schuster's not dropping that touchdown. All right, you know, Johnson's not dropping that touchdown. Deontay Johnson's not dropping that touchdown pass. James Washington isn't dropping that touchdown pass. Like, that's the difference between playing a good team and a team that's 3-7 like the Dallas Cowboys, now 3-8, is that they find ways to lose, and the better teams in the league find ways to win. You make a mistake like that, they usually make you pay for a mistake like that. But you're right. The tragedy's over. It's out. He's gotten over it. He's playing confidently, and he's leading his team. I feel like the last couple of weeks, and maybe it's a byproduct of the run game being a little bit more prolific, but I think the last couple of weeks he's regressed back towards the old Alex Smith. Not really taking a lot of shots down the field, a lot of check downs, a lot of getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Not necessarily the 300-yard Alex Smith, which is fine because we're running the football effectively, and he hasn't had to do much in these games, but eventually he's going to be asked to make some plays down the field. Can he do it? I'm not sure if he can or not. I think that is the million-dollar question right now with this football team, but he has been a stabilizing force, and because of it, we've got our first two-game winning streak of the season. Thank you for the super chat, Abner Duran. Excuse me. Got another super chat. This one is from Metaphor. We're here with Metaphor. Might be here, but we're going here with Metaphor because it's for Metaphor, who writes, Cowgirls turkey take the L because we eating burgers on Thanksgiving. RG3 beat Steelers last year. Lamar got COVID. Can he win? Is that true? Does he really have COVID? No way. No, Lamar doesn't have. I don't think they were going to win the game anyway. And no, Ronald Griffin III can't beat the Steelers. He beat them last year when they had nothing to play for, and maybe the Steelers did have something to play for. It didn't matter. The Ravens had already locked up a first-round bye. He can't beat the Steelers. Not this defense. No, Robert can't beat them. I don't think so. And that burger that you speak of, man, was it delicious. Thank you for the super chat Metaphor. Derek Only. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Derek Only. Greatly appreciate you. Derek writes, Happy Thanksgiving, bro, to you and yours. Love your podcast. Keep up the good work. HTTR for life. Really appreciate you, Derek. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for checking out the pod. Thank you for continuing to support me here, watching all of the shows, and continuing to show your support here for the Louie T Network. And happy Thanksgiving to you and yours as well, Derek. Thank you so much for the unwavering support. Got another super chat here from King of the North. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, King of the North, who writes, McCarthy taking risks like he's coaching the Chiefs, disrespected us and he paid for it. Absolutely. That's the biggest thing that I looked at and said, like, it's one or two things when you do stupid shit like they did. The first, going for it at your own, like, 30, like, what are you doing, dude? Like, are you, okay, whatever. Like, that was disrespect. That says to me, what they going to do with it? If we turn it over, what they going to do with it? They're not going to score. What they going to do? Kick a field goal? Like, we're not afraid. Okay. It's one or two things. Either that or you like, look, man, we got to try anything because we stink. And we need all the help we can get. So you got to be able to convert a 4th and 1 by hook or by crook. We got to do something. I think that it was the latter. I think it was the latter, or the former, excuse me. I think that was disrespect. I thought the fake punt was desperation. Why are you desperate down 4, 20-16? And we've only scored a field goal in the second half. Like, that didn't make any sense to me. That's going to be the biggest takeaway. Instead of them focusing on the ass thrashing that came in about a 4-minute span from a 20-16 to a 41-16 victory, they're going to focus in on that decision. It was a game changer, but we kicked their ass. Like, make no mistake about it. But the ass thrashing, the ass kicking came after the questionable decision, and I think that's what everybody's going to focus on. And I'm glad, like you said, he took risks like he was coaching a team that could back up that bullshit, and they didn't, and he paid for it dearly. Like I said, this guy is, to me, coaching like a man is coaching for his job. It really he is. Thank you for the super chat, King of the North. Let's see. Got a super chat here from King of the North. Tripling up. Thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate you, King of the North, who writes, savoring the small things, Lou. Logan's pass, Terry's tackle, Barber moving the chains, Curl playing smart, all the motion opening up in our run game. I tell you what, it's fun watching this team evolve. Now Turner's getting into his bag a little bit. We saw the cute quarterback sneak last week from Logan Thomas, where he goes in motion, he comes back across, he sneaks up under center, gets the football, gets the first down on a quarterback sneak. They're using Thomas a little bit more now, quarterback background. We saw the read option in this game. You see the pass to McLaurin. As you mentioned, Barber showing his toughness in the run game. You know, the jump cuts to find avenues, the 3rd and 1 jumping over the pile, the 4th and 1 lowering his shoulder, you know, late in the game to put it on ice. Just the patience that Barber shows, the ability to hit it when it's there, get what's there, and then a little bit more. You know, like you said, Cameron Curl coming up. He made some great tackles in this game. Like, Curl is such a really good football player, especially, I really disrespected him, and I've already gave up a double O for Cameron Curl, but he's been phenomenal this season. He's been a revelation. And so you're right. It's all the little things. How about Tim Settle? Penguin dance. You know, like, it's just a little stuff like that I savor, man. Like, Tim getting in. I'm telling you right now, I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it more definitively. Tim Settle's a starting defensive tackle in this league. And if we don't pay him as such, he's going to get money somewhere else to become a starting. He's young. He's one of the youngest defensive players on our team. If you don't pay Tim Settle, or you can't convince him that he's going to get starter snaps, I think he's going to get them elsewhere. And I'm sad because Tim Settle is growing up right before our very eyes. And it's one of those guys that you're like, look, we invested the time, we invested the energy and all the work. I'd hate to see him blossom somewhere else. He's a starter in this league, and if he's not going to get starter snaps here and some starter money, I think he's going to take his talents elsewhere when his contract is up next season. That's something to look out for. But thank you for that super chat. I'm savoring all the little things too as well. King of the North. Great Watubi, double up, thank you for doubling up. Great Watubi, who writes, he said, what would the ladies' man have to say about today's game, Louie? I don't know what he would have to say. I can tell you to say, I know he would think that this was a great win by the Washington football team. And I don't know what Mike McCarthy was doing when he decided to go for it on that 4th down, but I can tell you this. I don't know why that tight end decided to do what he did on that 4th down play, but I know that's a personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 86, defense or offense. That 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the turnover. It'll be first down for the Washington football team. I know he would say that. But this is a big win for this football team. And, man, that felt really good. Thank you for the super chat. Great Watubi. And Terry McIntosh, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate you. King of the North, right here. Really appreciate you, King of the North, who writes, forgot Sweat's catch and run. Hearing Aikman call him a superstar while he danced in the end zone felt good. Yeah, it did. And I listened to Aikman. You know, it's funny. Aikman gets a bad rap from Washington fans about him being biased and this, that. I never felt like he was that. Now, I thought there was a little bit of that today. I thought he was a little bit extra and you know, sometimes, you know, I think some of that had to do with the passing of Marcus. Shucks. The passing of their strength and conditioning coach. I think there was a little bit of that sediment there, and hoping that the guys could pull together and get one for him. But I can tell you this, you know, that Montez Sweat play takes a special individual. I watched J.J. Watt do the exact same thing. If you watched the first game today, J.J. Watt did the exact same thing. That's what superstar players do in this league. Average guys aren't doing that. You know, it takes us, JPP does stuff like that. Like, it takes rare freak athletes to do what he did. And I told you, I thought Chase Young would get one of those this year. Did I not tell you that? Montez Sweat, I said, one of these guys, I remember saying it because Sweat's batted up. We don't get many batted balls, but Sweat's one of the few guys that does bat balls. And I said, we're going to get one of these batted balls in the air. Him and Chase Young are the few guys that really bat balls. I said, we're going to get a batted ball and somebody's going to pick it off and go for a score. And Montez said, I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to take it out of the air. I'm going to take it and I'm going to go get the touchdown. All in one swoop. And that was 34-16 would have been good enough for me. 41 is just so much sweeter. The 40 burger, juice is running down my chin. That's so much sweeter than 34-16. Isn't it? In 41, that much sweeter? That extra 7 points doesn't feel like much. It doesn't change anything in the standings. It doesn't change anything. It just changes the score and the way you feel walking away. It takes that first number from a 3 to a 4, and it feels damn good against Dallas. Feels good. Thank you for the super chat, King of the North. Really appreciate that. Got another super chat here from Andre Castle. Thank you for the super chat, Andre Castle. Greatly appreciate you. Andre Castle writes, we need to either trade Ioannidis or disrespect Kerrigan. What do you think? Ioannidis doesn't need to go anywhere. So Kerrigan, gone after the season. I think he's gone. I think Kerrigan still thinks he's got a lot to give. I think Kerrigan thinks he can contribute to a football team and that he needs more snaps to do so. I thought there was a telling interview, post-game presser after the Cincinnati game. Kerrigan, I think it was after Cincinnati. I'm pretty sure it was after Cincinnati. Kerrigan, among others, stepped up to the podium, and they asked him about his trade demands, and he said, I don't want to talk about that right now. I just want to talk about this game. So if he didn't do it, he could have just said, I never asked for a trade, or he could have just said, you know, I really want to play here. And he did say that, but he didn't dispel the notion that he wanted to be traded, which tells me that more likely than not, he did ask for that trade. He does want to play more. And if you're a competitor, who doesn't want to play more? Bottom line is, I just look at Kerrigan, and I don't think this is a guy that is going to have a future here with this football team. I don't think Kerrigan is a guy that they have a long-term future with. I think they love his presence in the locker room. I think they feel like he can help this season. And you're trying to build something here. You talked about Chase. We've talked about Chase Young calling Kerrigan a dude and how he's helping these young guys learn how to prepare, and they watch how a seasoned veteran does it. Like there's value in keeping him here this year. But for the number that he's making, getting that off the books, he's making 11.5 this year. To move on from Kerrigan to, you know, I don't know if they addressed that in the draft, if they really like James Smith-Williams, but Kerrigan and Ryan Anderson are both gone after the season, and I think you move on at that point because I don't think Kerrigan wants to be back. I think he wants to play more, and he sees the writing on the wall. Between Sweat and Young, there's not a lot of playing time here for a 30-year-old Ryan Kerrigan. So I think he understands, you know, what's going on. 30, 31, 32, whatever he is, year old Ryan Kerrigan. He understands what's going on here. He understands the writing on the wall. So Ioannidis is not going anywhere. We see the value that he has in his football team with his absence. Thank you for the super chat, Andre Castle. Got one here from Martin Matthews. Thank you for tripling up. Martin Matthews, my man Double M, coming through writes, "Hey Louie, I might be by myself on this, but I think we have our QB on the roster. As a matter of fact, we have three of them. I don't know if that guy exists on the roster or not. The closest thing to that I thought at one point might have been Kyle Allen, but I wasn't touting Kyle Allen as the starter of the future. I thought he gave us the best chance to win, and he still might, but he's hurt. And Alex Smith has come in and he stabilized things. I don't think that guy's on the roster right now. At the end of the day, I know we got our bridge quarterback, and that's Alex Smith. If they decide not to bring Kyle Allen back, that's fine. If Alex Smith is here and you feel good about him, again, injury is a possibility. You don't want to put yourself in that position where you draft a young guy and you're expecting Alex to play and he gets injured. And you saw what happened this year. We went through three quarterbacks already. Dwayne, Kyle, and now we're on to Alex. Like, it can happen just like that. So you don't want to put yourself in a position where you're going to need, another guy. So I say you probably should bring back Kyle Allen. But I think you got to draft a young guy. If Dwayne's not the future, and let's say you trade Dwayne in the offseason, you get a conditional late round draft pick for him. If that's the case and you move on from Dwayne, you got to go get a young quarterback. To me, it is imperative. You cannot go into 2021 without the future quarterback on the roster already. It just doesn't make any sense from a looking into the future standpoint. You got to have the foresight to understand that this is the opportunity to have a young guy learn from one of the best veterans in the league in Alex Smith and see how it's done so that when his opportunity comes, he can take full advantage of it. So to me, if you're watching, I don't think that guy's on the roster right now. I think that guy, I think he should be playing behind Alex Smith next year if he continues to play well. We'll see what happens. Thank you for the super chat, Martin Matthews. Got another one here from Andre Castle. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Andre Castle. Greatly appreciate you. Andre writes, football, bro. Wentz in this offense is a match made in heaven. Wentz is a turnover machine right now. He's trying to do too much. I don't know what the hell happened to Carson Wentz, but he's not the same guy that we saw in 2017. He's not the same guy that we saw even in 2018. I don't know what the hell happened to him, honestly. And it might just be all confidence. He's lacking it right now, but he is not playing good football. So I don't know what he's doing, to be honest with you. Thank you for that super chat, Andre Castle. Got another one here from Martin Matthews. Thank you, Martin Matthews. Really appreciate you, my man, Double M, who writes, "Hey, Louie, is it me or did their fourth-string quarterback play better than their third-string in Dalton? And hey, people, including the media, need to start talking about Sweat. He is a straight beast." Fine. Honestly, I think Andy Dalton is a good quality NFL backup quarterback. And I thought he did some good things. Like, CeeDee Lamb dropping that football isn't his fault. Like, he didn't do anything wrong there. I just think that they didn't make plays for him. And he scrambled on third down a couple of times, converted. Like, Andy played solid ball. He missed some throws. Like, I'm not trying to sit here and make Andy Dalton to be out some great quarterback. But, Andy, you can win with Andy Dalton. This defense is the problem. More so than Andy Dalton in this offense. Their defense is atrocious. And they're not making plays for Andy. He's giving them opportunities. Guys aren't making plays. And Andy can be better. He missed some throws. The first possession when they had to settle for a field goal, Mark Cooper's open. Just throw the football to him. What are you doing? He threw it behind him. I don't know if it got tipped or deflected, but he missed some throws. But when you talk about Garrett Gilbert, like, that was a one-off. Like, Garrett Gilbert is a backup in his career backup, and he's not better than Andy Dalton, I don't think. Now, when you talk about Sweat, I think people understand that Sweat's talented, but the focus is Chase Young. The focus is 99. So you're going to have a lot of people overlook 90. This is why it is imperative that he take advantage of opportunities and he makes plays like he did today. Because people are going to focus in on 99. He got another sack today to Chase Young. So people are going to focus their energy on double teaming and triple teaming 99 to make sure he doesn't wreak havoc. That's why it's imperative that Sweat take advantage of those opportunities and continues to do the things that he's done this season, because he's going to get those opportunities and he's going to have to force people to respect him. They're not going to respect him the way that they do Chase Young because Sweat didn't come with the fanfare of a Chase Young. He's not viewed as a game wrecker like Chase Young, not yet at least. But if he keeps making plays like he did today, they will have to pay attention to 90. And that is when you start to really get mismatches, when they can't double team 99 because they got to also pay attention to 90. Somebody's going to get one-on-one, and guys have to start taking advantage of that. That's how you win games consistently in this league. That's how your defense takes over games. Thank you for that super chat, Double M. Got another super chat here from Kevin, the PRF. We here with it, Kev. I really appreciate you, Kev, the PRF, who writes, I know it's your gear and you're on the spot, but what the F are you wearing black? I'm going with your white walls and the left two watches, HTT 40 burger. Look, man, I didn't know this was going to happen. I didn't prepare for it, so forgive me for that. I did not prepare. And again, like you said, I'm wearing the merch. Like, I got to rep this. You know, this is what you call throwback merch right here. This is the old logo. You know, this is the alternate logo, if you will. So I'm sporting a throwback here. Yeah, it's black, but this ain't all black like the Omen. Okay, this is totally different. There's a glow here. I've got that glow. You see that I am so happy, yo. We beat the Cowboys on that show. It's the power of elevation. I got that glow. So it ain't no way that I could be dressed in all black like the Omen. There is nothing grim and dark like the Undertaker. Rest in peace. We made the Cowboys rest in peace. And unlike the Undertaker, they not sitting up, okay? We put their ass in the casket, we slammed it shut, and it's airtight. Those boys, I told you they got a faint pulse. They feel dead to me. Thank you for the super chat, Kevin, the PRF, my guy, Kev. Got another super chat. This one is from Spence Jones 2. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Spence Jones 2, who writes, Haskins needs to jump in Smith's pocket and learn. You know what I was impressed by? And I thought this was pretty interesting. And it's just a side note. You know, I told you I pay attention to stupid stuff. Watching the game, there's a timeout on a fourth down play. Washington comes out of the huddle too late. They get to the line of scrimmage. I thought they were going to try to draw them off sides. I wanted them to go for it. I didn't know if they had the stones to go for it. Ron rolled the dice. Remember, the score at that time, I think, was 34-16. So you're just trying to run the clock out at this point. It came right before the Gibson, I think it was 27-16, actually. Game was still not in doubt yet. And it ended up being like a 2-yard Gibson run. But they called a timeout because they got out of the huddle late. And Alex is going over and he's talking to quarterback's coach, Ken Zampese. And Alex is over there communicating with Zampese. And guess who's over there with the earpiece in? And he's listening to the conversation between Zampese and Alex. And he's listening to what Scott Turner's saying. You can see him listening intently. And he's engaged. Oh, number 7. Alex Smith, Dwayne Haskins, getting that tutelage, over there being engaged. This is a far cry from the guy that doesn't want to look at the tablet, the guy that's laughing and joking on the bench while he should be engaged watching the game. Like, I see a guy that is a little bit more engaged, a little bit more attached to what's going on. I like seeing that. Does that mean anything? Can't tell you. I just know it's a far cry from what we got last year and what we've gotten much of this year, you know. So that was encouraging for me. Just a little small tidbit, but I think he is learning from Alex Smith. I do think that is actually taking place. Spence Jones, too. Thank you for the super chat and doubling up. Got one here from Barrett Downing. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Barrett Downing. Greatly appreciate you. My man Barrett Downing writes, do we keep Alex next year on a big salary, or can he give us a discount just to stay because we don't need a high salary attached to him? No, Alex Smith is not giving any money back. I can assure you of that. If Washington wants him, they can afford to keep him. He's already being paid a boatload of money now. It's not going to be that much more next season. You can save a lot of money by cutting Alex Smith. I don't think they're going to do that. So I think they're fine with eating the salary because, remember, you're already tied to that salary with Alex now. You know, he may be up to make a few more $1 million, but it's a very affordable contract for a quarterback in this league. Most quarterbacks are making well over $30 million a year. This contract for Alex is right around 20, somewhere in that $23 million range. So it's a very affordable deal. They're not going to move on from Alex. I think they're fine with eating that money. And you'll have other contracts coming off the books, most notably Ryan Kerrigan. That's $11 million right there. So I know it's a year in which COVID hits and the salary cap isn't going to elevate. It may even drop, but I think Alex Smith is already being added in with the cap costs of 2021. I don't think they are, with this new revelation of Alex Smith leading this football team, I think he's built into the cost of what they're going to spend in the offseason. And I don't think they're looking to move on from Alex. And I do not think Alex Smith is looking to take a pay cut at all whatsoever. Thank you for the super chat, BD. And I think that is it. Wow. What a show. How much fun was that? Guys, that was so awesome. Didn't expect it. Wasn't looking for it, but damn it, I will take it. We'll have more on this next week. The party, it don't stop. You guys enjoy it tomorrow. Enjoy it Saturday. You don't have to worry about anything on Sunday. Watch football. Enjoy it. Live up life. Then Monday, you watch some more football. And then Tuesday, we'll be back. Business as usual. Watch the football nightly. We'll talk about this some more. And then we'll start preparing for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But enjoy this. Or as a wise man once told me, celebrate! You just beat the goddamn Dallas Cowboys 41-16 on Thanksgiving in their house. Disrespected them like they owed us something. That's because they did. They owed us a damn sweep. So you know what I'm going to do? Take my broom, take my damn dustpan, and I'm going to go ahead and finish cleaning up these stinking ass Dallas Cowboys. I'll see you guys next time. I'm your man, Louie T. Signing off, broom and dustpan in hand, and Cowboys ass going in the trash can. I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy the rest of your Thanksgiving. Have a good one.